So we are demonstrating a glute-focused hyperextension. There's all kinds of hyperextension machines that your gym will have. This one is actually plate-loaded, so it enables us to load the machine a little bit more easily rather than having to hold something externally, but we're going to show both. Now, for the glute-focused variation, the setup is really important. You ideally want to place your feet onto the pad and have them a little bit wider and more externally rotated. Some of these pads are quite narrow, so do the best with whatever machine you're working with. The next thing is that you want to make sure that this hip pad isn't too high, so you don't want it above the iliac crest of the pelvis, and we don't want it so low that we're actually below the pelvis either, squishing your quads. You want to have it basically supporting the pelvis so that this pelvic line is right where the actual pad of the machine is. So when he hinges forward, he's able to get a good stretch on the glutes. Now for this, he actually wants to tuck his chin towards his chest, round through the upper back a little bit, push his tailbone up towards the sky as high as he possibly can, and then as he's coming up, he's basically curling up, squeezing his glutes, and pressing his hips forward into that pad. You can see that he's not over hyperextending or coming up really high. His active range of motion here, when we're isolating the glutes, is only to come up where he's about in a neutral position with the spine. So as he comes up, you can see here that he's actually not going past into hyperextension. So that would make this a little bit more glute biased or glute focused. Now, if he wants to hold weight, this machine has this beautiful thing where he can actually hold the handles, same idea, keeping his chin tucked, retracting, depressing the shoulder blades, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips into the pads. Good, coming down, nice big stretch, slow and controlled, and then slowly coming back up. Now, if you don't have this machine where you can hold something, or you can hold the implement, what you're going to do is cross your arms and hold a plate, or even potentially hold a dumbbell would work as well. Now this machine is great because it's nice and high, so you could probably actually hang forward with a dumbbell or a plate, but keeping it close to the body is going to be safer and more controlled and more comfortable. Yeah, so a lot of machines, especially if you're tall, you won't be able to hold this in front because it's going to obviously hit the ground. So that's going to be how you perform a glute biased hyperextension.